Ooh, I'm eating brunch with my people though. The homie Dyke just cooked up a feast and we bout to eat it, bro. Fucked around and has to mix the lobster with the poutine. Daddy is rolling blue dream, them boys got down a routine. It's Naptown culture, cooking 7 courses. Had to pass the torch and now I'm grabbing second portion. So sit back, relax, grab a drink and a smoke. It's Harder Brunch on the way and get prepared for the jokes. Whoa.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Harder Brunch. I am your host, Tyson Cock. With me, as always, my co-host,
Thaddaeus, Mckee, Slappy Pappy. Where? You definitely took that over right away. I've never seen anybody do that. I respect it, actually. I was like, oh.
No, he owns the podcast now.
He owns the podcast?
Yeah, that's how it works.
It was like a cucking the podcast.
Yep.
I was like, wait, no, you're not supposed to say it.
Yeah, you got to go in real dominant.
I'm at least second in command.
Yep. Maybe third.
When you find out you're third, fourth, or fifth in command, it hurts.
Yep.
Or hurts bad, but Slappy Pappy, wait, you guys know what it is. Harder Brunch Nation, Hardee's, and with me on the ones and twos, the sauce boss of the world,
the last
Slappy Pappy, wah.
Zach Road, and we got Casey on the tracks.
Hi.
Switching back and forth, the video producer. And yes, we do got Tyson Cox that does his 1 minute beer reviews for the last 10 years. Give it up for Tyson Cox.
Hell yeah, I got 2 intros on this one.
Yeah, it's all right. Some people have 2. And with us, we have a very special group. Sorry, we're closed. How are you guys doing?
We're doing well.
With us, we have Dalton and Ellie. Now, you guys do Sorry, We're Closed. Is that correct?
It is correct. We do that.
Can you tell us what that is, in case we might not know?
Yeah, so Sorry We're Closed is a bartender pop-up series that we do here in Indianapolis. So we started it when we went to Tales of the Cocktail a couple years ago, which is a bartending convention down in New Orleans. And basically some of the best bars in the world go down there and pop up all over the city. And I thought that would just be such a cool thing for us to have an indie popping up in different restaurants and bars on the nights that they're closed.
Oh my gosh.
That is really cool. Like, so it's, you said, will you tell us a little bit more about the Tales from the Cocktail? Like, how is the industry of like bartending? Like, can you give us a little insight on that?
Yeah, so Tales of the Cocktail has been going on for roughly like 20 years. It's been going on in New Orleans every single year. The reason that it was created was during the summertime, New Orleans gets super hot, super humid. People don't really like to travel down there. So their industry takes a huge hit. So a lot of these bartenders and restaurants and things like that don't make a lot of money. So people that are pretty deep into the industry, part of USBG, which is the United States Bartenders Guild, they came up with this idea to kind of have like a cocktail week type of thing down in New Orleans to promote people to come down to New Orleans during the slow season. And over the past 2 decades, it's become super huge, where they have people coming from all over the world. So London, Singapore, Japan, pretty much anywhere that you can think of, there's bars coming from there to New Orleans for this week, where they're doing seminars and pop-ups and parties, and at the end of the week there's an award show for best bartender of the year for like US and international, and like all these awards for very decorated and like renowned bartenders like across the world.
Oh my gosh. And you're trying to do that here in Indianapolis?
So not necessarily trying to do an entire Tales of the Cocktail, at least not right now. That's not like the goal or anything.
But it's to highlight the people here, right?
For sure, 100%. To highlight the people here, to highlight the spots here, and kind of to take something out of the playbook of Tales of the Cocktail and to do these like pop-ups where you're bringing together like people that don't necessarily always get to work together. So we went to a pop-up that kind of sparked the idea, and it was a bar from LA and a bar from Denver utilizing a space in New Orleans together, and like created a menu and had live music and like created their own vibe inside of this bar. And we were like, that was legitimately like the most fun we've ever had.
Really like intricate and culinary focused cocktails too, which is a big key to what we do as well. I feel like that needs to be noted.
100%.
Which is the reason why they win these awards, is because it's stuff that chefs have been doing with food forever, and like just like using ingredients in ways that you would never even know. And like that's like the whole wave of bartending right now, is applying culinary techniques to bartending and what you can do with like liquids.
Let me tell you what I know about bartending. All right, not that much. Okay.
Some people have said he's the worst drink maker.
Chef Yusuf has gone on record to say that. Yusuf has said that, and he's wrong. But you know, I think
sucks that he has a decent palate. You know,
Yeah.
that really kind
would
of
think
kills
he
your
would know
case a
what
little
he's
bit. I'm
talking
not gonna lie.
I think Yusuf was probably right on this one.
yeah. Okay,
And-
I will
and
say
by,
this.
And by decent, I mean he has a great palate. So
Listen, I want to compare myself to one of the greats, Michael Jordan. Did he always have a good game?
Michael Jordan
I think,
is
yeah.
a great bartender.
If he always had a good game, it means he won 100% of the games. He did not.
Yeah, you're like the
baseball.
Michael Jordan of making bad drinks.
Yeah, you're like the baseball Michael Jordan of drinks.
That's not where I was going.
That's
not where I was trying to go, guys. Learn how to take a hint or a clue. I was trying to say I've had some bad games, and Yusuf was there.
Yeah, you are
For some
the
of those.
Michael Jordan's Hitler mustache of drink making.
I don't like that either, and
This
that was very
is
funny.
your comparison. You brought this up.
Anyways, I don't know much about bartending, but what I will say, let's rewind the clock a little bit. Dalton, this isn't your first time here.
Correct.
Now, you are by no means a 5-member club yet, which there's a chance, right, Zach? You can get to the 5 members club. Anyways, long story short, what I am saying is, when you came here, you are in one of our history books of Harder Brunch.
Oh, man.
You're infamous.
Infamous.
We usually have a Harder Brunch wall of shame.
Yeah.
I would
right.
be on there.
There's people that got themselves taken off.
Maybe the number one picture.
Yeah.
Let's hit that shame button real quick. We'll just talk about the Harder, so that our viewers know what we're talking about.
I mean, I gotta say, I know what he's doing here. He's trying to take the heat off of himself by shaming the guest.
No.
But it is appropriate in this case. I'm very torn because he's right. He's right.
no,
That's
absolutely.
probably the best.
It's worth bringing up. It's
yeah,
worth
it's worth bringing up. I don't think I've ever seen somebody with as audacious of a dine and dash in my entire life as what took place with Dalton.
So Dalton, let me talk up the heroes of the Dine and Dash. First, we had this one lady, but we're not allowed to mention her name. She called the night before and said, "I'm not coming." And you think about this: we planned the dinners weeks in advance. Some would say a week in advance, and
And some say we. I mean, my other two co-hosts.
my other two co-hosts, Zach and Dyke, they plan it, and then if you don't show up, it's pretty bad. So we put you on the wall of shame, and then you can get yourself off. And this lady got herself off. I won't tell you what her name is because we made a promise, but she is on Hulu, and she does own a costume show store.
We're allowed to give like a dozen hints.
Monsters costume.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a,
We're allowed to give their Instagram handle.
Her now.
Yeah.
I love her now, so that we can't diss her. Other people, Sirius Black. We love Sirius Black. I think he is off of the wall of shame because he came back 2 years in a row to the summer camp. Was not late, was on time, and killed it every time. So he's off the wall of shame. The only person really, Megan Gailey's on the wall of shame because she was pregnant, and she said she was like couldn't eat for some reason. Which I would think if you're pregnant, you could eat.
Hang on. Yeah, for a minute I thought it was just like because she's pregnant.
No,
Gross.
she's like, oh.
Well, that is a category, but
And this is gonna make me look like a jerk. She's like, oh, like I'm feeling weird because I'm pregnant, and like pregnant doesn't make you feel weird. Trust me. Pregnancy is the thing that makes you the most hungriest. Trust me, I've been
Most hungry.
around pregnant women before. Anyway,
I believe your mom was a pregnant lady at one point.
nope. Anyways, there were so many different spider weaves that I could have gone through that. And we're going to try to stay on topic. I'm going to land this. And then Grace, our recent Grace is probably the one that said, she said she was going to cook, and then just did a no call, no show. Haven't heard from her in 3 weeks, and she's still alive. So
I like that this is just a podcast of grievances now.
So she's on our wall of shame, and you were on our wall of shame immediately in our hearts when we did a whole brunch for you, Dalton. And then right after we were done, we're like, "Are you ready to podcast?" You're like, "Oh, I gotta go."
Oh, that's great. Oh, is that why they call you Dalton Free Meal?
Yes.
Dalton Dash is what we call him. Dalton Dash. Dalton, we were having such a fun time. We were cheersing. We were telling each other's
we were having
social
a great
security numbers.
time.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
Like we were sharing that.
You paid my rent for me?
Yeah, we paid rent. And then you're like, "Yo, dude, I'm not doing the podcast. I know this is all for the podcast, the food, but that's the thing I'm not going to do right now." And
It was such a flex.
you asked me to tell Dyke and Zach, and I was like,
Yeah.
I think it would come better from you, to be honest, is what I said. And then you told them,
What I said.
but we remade it, and we had an awesome podcast, and you are now off the wall of shame because you didn't dine and dash. You fulfilled your promises.
I was like one of those guys that was like, dude, I swear I left my card in my car and I'll be right back. Yeah. You guys believed me. Yeah. And I came back
That's
and
bad
paid.
on us.
Yeah, so
But
whose
I just
fault
went and
is it
got
really?
gas first or something. Like
Yeah.
it just took a little bit longer.
But during that time, I learned a lot about you. I learned that you are very into bartending to the points where you want to get into the gadgets, the bubbles and the drinks, like how people have gifted you like a machine that, like, what tell me about that machine you do.
The flavor blaster.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the bubble gun. It's it's a lot of fun. It's so it's essentially a gun that uses edible like aromatic oils and edible like bubble soap. And yeah, he's gonna pull it up, I'm sure. But anyways, it has like all these different types of like flavors for like aromatics, smoke, things like that. But a lot of the ones that we use are like lemongrass and bergamot and things like that. It's a lot for show and for aromatics. Essentially, you're not going to get a ton of flavor out of it, but what happens is you have this essential oil that you put in a cartridge inside of the gun, and then you dip the end of the gun in like this edible bubble solution, and when you blow the gun, it blows that edible oil through that bubble solution. So this bubble is formed with that like edible oil in there, and it will just sit right on your glass, and when you pop it, like you get all of these aromatics from it. It's awesome.
That's crazy.
But yeah, they're
Actually, you're about to drool over there.
A little bit. Well, I was just thinking, like in high school, you'd make mixed drinks. It was like
go to
we mixed
flavorblaster.com.
we mixed Kool-Aid with Everclear, and we're like we got it. We figured it out.
Which isn't a bad drink. Anyways.
Now we got the sci-fi future of drink making over there
Yeah.
Yeah.
with a flavor blasting ray gun. That's amazing.
No, literally though. Like they have, and
Yeah,
like
put that
it's
on
getting
the screen.
crazier. They have like attachments for this thing where it can like make, instead of one just giant bubble, it can make like a conglomerate of like tiny little bubbles.
That's awesome.
It's fucking literally
So
what
there's
that
so many
guy's
different
doing.
settings
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
I mean there's all
Oh,
types
he
of shit
gave you
going
that?
on.
You should have brought your FB, your flavor blaster over.
Is that-
Casey, can you put that on the screen so they can see those big bubbles? Thank you so much. So like that is what you do. You've gotten into the bartending nitty gritty, and then I didn't even know you were a part at the time of Sorry We're Closed.
Yeah. So
How were you able to add those skills into Sorry We're Closed? And how did you become a part of that?
So, becoming part of Sorry We're Closed was a bit easy because the idea was created by my girlfriend. who I
There's
live with.
rumors,
So,
there's
like,
nepotism.
there's tons of nepotism.
You might be making out with the boss.
sometimes.
And does that bother you?
No.
bothers me.
It bothers you. We'll talk about that. No, let's. But yeah,
You're
so
gonna get me in trouble.
so your girlfriend's like, hey, do you want to be a part of this thing?
Yeah, basically. So
He has like a lot more of the bartending knowledge than like I do. So like he's like a proper fit of a partner for this idea. He can like do all of the recipes and talk to all of the reps. He knows that he speaks the language way better than I do.
And so you feel like you're good puzzle pieces. Like you do all the bartending. Like so.
I just take the credit.
Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah.
So you guys were dating at the time when this happened.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
we've been dating for like 3 years.
Okay, so I don't know how long Sorry We're Closed has been open.
Like a year and a half.
Oh, they're closed.
I thought they were
No,
technically always
no,
closed.
Yeah.
No, literally 1 year. November last year was our first one.
Nice.
The one that I went to?
No, November of last year. November of last year.
Oh, okay.
So last November. Okay, hold on. Let me answer your question really quick. So I became part of Sorry We're Closed because on the way home from Tales of the Cocktail is kind of when she came up with this idea, and we kind of like talked it out, and we were talking about it, and it was just like, wait, this is like a legitimately like a good idea. Like we should follow through on this. Like this would be cool. Like I don't know if it will be anything, but like we should try it out. Like let's see what happens. And so we got 5 other people that are all like very well known bartenders in the city that share a pretty solid passion for it, have developed regulars. Like this is their job. Like this is what they do. We were like, we're going to do a Thanksgiving theme. Like we're going to go super culinary with it. Like we want to utilize like food, like savory products. We want to utilize like sweet potatoes and yams and persimmon and like
Nice. Like throwing some stuffing in a PBR.
yeah, legitimately like almost like into that realm where like and like one of the cocktails like was garnished with like a miniature turkey sandwich.
But did you say stuffing in the PBR?
He said stuffing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about stuffing?
One,
love
I'm going to
stuffing.
ask one of
You love
you
stuffing?
to leave.
How do you feel about stuffing?
Oh, I love
is,
stuffing.
Stuffing is
Stuffing is-
gross.
You're fucking
love,
wrong.
Yep.
One, Zach doesn't love stuffing.
Oh,
I
love it.
love stuffing.
He's trolling.
You're fucking wrong.
No one likes stuffing.
You're
really.
fucking wrong, Thaddeus.
I'm wrong.
Even if I didn't
Wrong.
like the taste of it, I like what it does to you enough.
Nope, I like the taste of it. I like the taste of it. That shit is
It's
delicious.
delicious.
If you put stuffing in any of my drinks, I would sue you. Do you like stuffing that much?
I don't eat it.
See, it's gross. You're with me.
I didn't say that. I'm not picking it aside. I'm Switzerland.
Oh, come on, man. No one likes
I
Switzerland.
don't think you're going to get anybody on your side on this one.
Even Switzerland?
Not even Switzerland. That's where stuffing came from.
Yeah, it is true. That is a fact. Look it up, everybody. It sucks.
Anyway, so all these amazing drinks, and for the Thanksgiving one with the tiny turkey sandwich, and then you just like are like fell in love with the idea, and you guys are like, let's keep running, let's keep doing it.
Yeah,
Or?
so like honestly, it just was so much fun. It turned out so well.
Sounds good.
We had a lot of positive feedback. The community really enjoyed it. We made money, which honestly we did not expect to be able to do on the first one at all.
That sucks too. Like that's how America is, right? Like your first idea, you know you're going to take a loss. With anything, that's cool.
But I think that if you go in knowing the likelihood of you making money is slim to none, and you still do it to the tens, and you do it the best you can, like I think that's truly where great products come from. Because like anyone that's doing something just for the money, it's always like you can always kind of tell. So I think that is amazing that you guys are like, yeah, we knocked this out of the park, and then also happen to make money.
Yeah.
And community.
Like passion project. Like that's the only way that we sold it to everybody. And honestly, that's still what it is, which is cool. Like, but it's fun because it started to turn into like an actual business where like we're sitting down with like CPAs and like we have an LLC. We're kind of making it to a point where like we're starting to like make positions for people, like where
Nice.
it's becoming like a legitimate business. And it's teaching us a lot for what we want to do in the future too.
And then, so is it becoming easier to get other venues on board now that you guys have been established a bit more, or is it still kind of like explaining an alien concept to people?
That's a good question.
We're kind of in an in-between. I think a lot of other chefs and owners of different bars and restaurants have definitely reached out since our last one at Bodie was our biggest one that we've done.
About how many people were there, if you don't mind asking?
Like 250 probably in total.
That's a lot of.
And we're only open, like we only operate from 7 to midnight.
Yeah.
So I feel like most of the time bars don't really start to get popping, especially on weekdays, which is when a lot of these places are closed until around that 6 or 7 p.m. mark. So we really just wanted it to be like a quick amount of time that people could all get together on a night that a restaurant's typically closed and just kind of like drink and imbibe together. So yeah.
I'll tell you, the one that I went to, it was absolutely amazing. I didn't know exactly what I was walking into, but like not in a bad way. I was like, I wanted to be surprised.
You weren't invited, and you just
Yeah, I don't
walked
think
in,
you
is what you said.
I snuck into Sorry We're Closed.
Yeah. Have you guys met Thad? That's the Thad special.
Yeah, I can sneak into a lot of different things. It's one of my superpowers.
Super inconspicuous.
He makes it better. It's like a little garnish, you know?
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I went in, and there's a band playing out back at Bodie. Dalton's making different drinks. Like, Thad, I got you. This is what we're gonna do. Like, here, he said, like, do you trust me? When a bartender says that, and I knew it was Dalton. I was like, yes. And he's like, I got you. And he pulled out the bubble machine, and just made an amazing drink. And then every time I go there, you always hook it up. So I was like, man, I want to be here every day. like that, you know what I mean? Even though it's I'm sorry, closed thing, I was like, man, how do we do more of this? And how could people find more of this?
Right. I think more to that is the goal in the future would be to have a place where we can operate, like our own business, our own bar, to where that can be a reality, where you can experience this kind of like party every single day. But I think that there are more layers to Sorry We're Closed than just like having a good time. Like you said, the band playing out back.
Yeah.
Like that's one of our coworkers, Alex's band. And a lot of those people are also in the industry within the band.
Nepotism again. Yep.
Yeah. But their band's called Cacti. So we love to like plug those people.
Yeah.
DJ David Peck has done a lot of our events for us, and he's an amazing DJ, local and indie. Jador, which is Yusuf's brand,
that's the one I
partnered
went
with
to.
us,
Oh my gosh.
which was super fun. So we like to include as many other like local
Talents.
independent talents, as we can.
Would you even consider doing comedians?
It's a loaded question.
Absolutely.
There it is.
Your
Good answer.
face
Good answer.
made a gross.
But I'm the owner, yeah.
Me or her?
I'm talking to her. I'm talking to the owner. So, all right, we're not gonna have you over mansplain this shit. No, like, wait, is probably comedians out of the question?
We've been open to comedians. It's been in talks.
And because comedians are hard to get, is that why?
Good ones, I would say, yeah.
Yep.
While he licks his wounds, the sense of community you guys building, I think, is phenomenal. From what I've heard, how do you if you turn this into a full-time bar? Like, it sounds like that's kind of what you're implying. You'd like to eventually do that.
I think that's definitely in our 10-year plan for sure.
Yeah.
That is the goal.
Would you keep the name Sorry We're Closed because it's great?
Yeah, it's a great name.
I don't know. I don't know if we would keep that I don't know if we would transition that into a bar or if we would just continue to run a pop-up series using that name.
Can we run a little game? Let's see, let's see how it feels. You know what I mean? Because it comes community. You shorten it down. We're like, hey Zach, what are you doing Friday? You want to go to Sorry's?
Sorry's?
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, all right, we'll try it again.
I don't think I like that.
No,
Yeah,
all right,
okay.
fine. Hey, Thad, we still get to meet on Thursday at closed.
Wait, what?
All right, you're right. This might not be I tried to run it. I was excited.
Different ways.
Here, let me try to run it.
Yeah.
It's
Hey.
too long for an every night thing.
Here, I want to try it the way that people are actually doing it. Hey, Zach, Tyson, you want to go to this thing called Sorry We're Closed, where all the best bartenders get together and throw down and make delicious drinks at a place that usually is closed.
It's not very catchy, but it sounds like a really fun time.
You lost me.
Yeah.
All right, how about you do it, owner of Sorry We're Closed? You pitch it to me.
I think, well, you got to keep it just simple and short.
All right, hit
I
me.
think you would just have to be like SWC, you know?
Ooh, you down for SWC tonight?
Yeah.
And then what if I say, what's that?
That's sex with birds. You're down with sex with birds?
Yes.
It's a British guy though, so it's not as creepy.
I've been to Sesame Street.
Oh man. Today's letter is C for child support payments.
I thought you were going to say cock-a-doodle-doo.
And that's why you're the co-host, Thad. You're so good at this.
No. So someone says real quick for the quick pitch.
You actually did do such a good pitch. It is the best bartenders in the city, just throwing it down.
Yeah. You know what? I see also really good bartenders frequenting around there. That's not even on the list or the lineup that will just go there to drink. And like that's the idea of it.
For sure. And we're always open to anyone that's really wanting to get in on it. Rotating bartenders would be a huge thing, bringing in new people, new talent, new ideas, new regulars too, which is like a huge reason why we wanted to pull people from different places of work, because everyone that does it works at a different spot in Indy.
And this started more as like an industry focused thing. Like all the people that we were inviting, like obviously like the way that we were doing it is, like for our first one, we were like, all right, let's invite like 150, 200 people. So let's say we have 200 invites. We have 7 people working. So let's split it up between them. But we also have these people that are sponsoring us by giving us product or money or something like that. So like we're going to give them invites and then we'll split the rest amongst us. But now that we are like growing and things like that, it's becoming where people are interested. And it's like, I don't really even know this person, but it's really cool that they're reaching out and like, hey, we want to come to Sorry We're Closed. Yeah. Like, how do we go to the next one? Like, we put out a flyer. So the way that we do it is like, we'll put out a flyer that's kind of vague on the Instagram. We don't put where we're going or the time or anything like that. But just to let people know that there's one coming up on this date.
Yeah.
To mark your calendars.
Yeah, mark your calendars, get an Uber, let's go.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if this is something you'd want to do between the hours of 7 and midnight and you need to request off or you need to make plans and this is something that you're interested in, like, this is the date that it's happening. And then we get tons of, like, for this one specifically, like, we have received a ton of people that are interested that honestly we wouldn't have invited because they're not just like in our day-to-day circle that I talk to often. And there's honestly lots of people that I don't even know. And it's kind of becoming a thing where it's like, this is kind of cool. It's becoming bigger. It's becoming more than just like an industry party.
That's great. And I think we should take a quick break. So
Hold up before we do that. Tyson's getting like so excited right now, and I love the energy. Tyson's like, I think I'm the host today.
I think he's the host.
Well, he's not.
I'm in the host chair.
Yeah,
this is not a chair thing. It's a vibe thing.
It's kind of a chair thing.
You gotta kind of
and a vibe thing.
I'm the host, right? But like I'm
you're the co-host though.
Yeah, you're the co-host.
No, I'm not the co-host.
Yeah.
No.
But anyways, we're gonna take a quick break, so don't dine and dash.
What we're doing is a quick tinker. This is what we're doing, Mr. Host. We're doing a Tinker coffee break. If you like Tinker coffee, this is the best damn coffee in the whole world. All right. If you're liking regular coffee, don't get this.
Coffee?
Cockfee.
Yeah, if you want some coffee,
You guys heard that?
Yeah, don't.
I'm still stuffed up. You guys heard that?
Everybody heard it.
Everybody heard me say coffee?
Yeah, the mic
Man,
picked it up
Tyson
for
knew
sure.
too. Tyson knew when to cut it off. He was right.
Not to mess it up.
Yep.
Guys, we're taking a quick coffee break.
It's all your decision.
All right, we're out of here.
This week on the After Brunch Podcast.
No, this ain't a joke. Pause it. Turn it off. Turn the joke off. Turn the joke off. I'm just playing. No, this is not a joke. Can you hit pause? Can you type in K-Dub on YouTube? What about that upset about that?
Join us at patreon.com/Harder Brunch.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Harder Brunch Podcast. We had a good Tinker coffee break, and we're here with the Sorry We're Closed.
But before we promote anything about them anymore, do you want to talk about Upland? What do you think about? You like to drink?
I do. I'm actually. I have a couple of Uplands in front of me. Upland. It's a great beer brand. They do great beer and great food. Great sponsor. I'm having the Upland Wheat.
Great times.
Great times. You know what? If you like a great time and you like a good beer, if you like a great beer, Upland beer.
Upland beer. As a couple,
do you guys freak nasty?
yeah. What's your sex life like? Since you guys work so damn much, how's the sex? No, I'm kidding. No, but how is it? No, but seriously,
but how is working together and then freaking nasty getting with it?
No, but that's got to be a thing because, like, what if your girl messes up or vice versa? Your boy messes up.
That's
in front of
right.
customers?
Only the
How do
lady
you guys
can
handle
mess
the
up.
relationship? Is it like when we go to work, we're not even dating anymore? Like, I'm allowed to flirt with boys. I'm allowed to flirt with girls. What is it like?
No.
Do you guys smooch in the walk-in?
It's pretty professional, though.
Oh, you guys are professional.
We're pretty. I would say we're pretty professional at work.
He pinches my butt sometimes when he walks behind me.
Oh, is that real?
Yeah, it's
That's
real.
sexual harassment at work.
That's
Sexual
crazy.
harassment
And
at
I
work.
take that very
I
seriously.
think I'm a manager.
Yeah, it's wild that you guys have to hire an HR department and then get busted by HR. That's pretty nuts.
Well, he's trying to bust behind HR. That was inappropriate. I'm mad at myself for that one. It was just right there. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. If you need to cut it, you can. I'm not mad.
I'm
about
not
the
cutting
joke,
the
though.
shit.
Yeah, we don't edit here.
We've gone this long without cutting anything. I think.
Not starting today.
Yeah.
No, that's been my hard rule as the host of this podcast is we don't cut anything.
As the host
To
of
another
this
5
podcast,
years, Zach.
I
To another
understand
5 years.
Can you cheers me on that one? To another 5 years of. We're
Not
celebrating
cutting.
5 years of Harder
cutting.
Brunch.
Today?
Today?
Yeah, 5 years of Harder Brunch and never stopping. It's been amazing.
Is that seriously 5 years?
Isn't that crazy?
You should have had like a
Cheers
special
to 5
anniversary
years.
thing.
Well, it's about you.
No, this is about you
Cheers.
guys for at least for this couple minutes while we're talking about it. This is
That's
This is
huge.
amazing.
I mean,
congratulations.
Have you enjoyed Harder Brunch at all? I mean,
Absolutely.
just a leading
I
question.
got to dine and dash
3
on Harder
times
Brunch.
now.
This is
You're-
fantastic.
Yeah, you're a hero. This is 3 times?
That's 3 times for him. He came back the second time, remember?
Yeah. Oh, this is the third. So there's a way for you to get in
I'm
the
close
5.
to 5.
Holy cow. You're going to get there. I believe you in you. A
You just
lot.
have to invite me back. You just have to invite me back. Hopefully, I did an okay job.
Just do what I do and just show up.
Yeah.
If
Zach,
you show up enough, you're the host eventually.
Yep.
That's
It
kind of
just
what happened today.
Yeah.
Zach, what do you think?
Is that why you're still in the co-host chair?
Me?
Yeah.
It's not about
That's
the
why.
Just because he's shown up so much?
I think it's a
Yeah,
lack
it was a
of
bit
trust.
of a takeover today.
Yeah, I
didn't expect it because I do think that this is an important time to talk about who's really in the shame seat. You know, who
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of dined and dashed on us today.
Go ahead, Zach.
Was Dyke.
Yeah, what happened there?
Can we get a shame button?
Yeah, we probably gotta hit that first. Because I don't know if it was just a lack of professionalism, but I think he needed to take a nap. Seemed a little suspect. What did you hear from him?
Can I tell you the truth?
Sure. Yeah.
I think we need the truth real quick.
Yeah.
Last night we went to a party, me and Dyke, and we went to this party. There's a party where they were playing hide and go seek, and it was possibly our neighbor's house, which it was.
So it was the tiniest amount of exercise just wiped him out the next day.
He's still playing hide and seek.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I'm like Dyke's in there probably talking to some people, And I know there's an exit through the back and the exit through the front. I'm like, Dyke's not a go through the back guy.
No, he is.
He's not a back door guy.
He definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
He's a front.
He is the definition of Irish goodbye.
Irish goodbye through the back door.
Yeah. I mean, he Irish goodbye today.
Yeah. And so I was like,
that is true. He didn't even say anything.
Didn't even say anything.
so we go through a party last night, and now it's like around 12 o'clock. I like peek around. I'm like, I don't see Dyke at the party anywhere. He must have gone out the back door. And I was like, all right. And then so I go back to the house. I'm thinking he's at the house. His room lights on. I don't see Cody anywhere. I'm like, oh, he must have gone on a walk, or he's still playing hide and go seek. And I couldn't find him at all. I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm taking a pee. Lights still on. No Cody. I'm like, oh my gosh. Maybe someone else is happening. 4 o'clock, wake up, still not there. Now I'm starting to worry. I'm like, oh wait, he's got a whole ass podcast tomorrow. He's gonna be tired. So my empathy kicks in.
Your empathy.
My huge empathy kicks in. And then
Huge empathy.
I got a big empathy.
Massive.
Big empathy energy over here.
Massive.
And then 5 o'clock happens. Yes, I am peeing a lot. I'm going to see a doctor about it, and if you could pray for me, that'd be great. 5 o'clock comes up. I'm like, man, like he's not in his room anymore. And I go down to this podcast studio, and he's sitting in the chair. And I woke him up. I'm like, Dyke? And he's like, yeah. I was like, oh, I thought you were gone. And he's like, oh, no, I've just been down here. And I was like, okay. And he's like, yeah, I was just down here time traveling is literally what he said. And I decided not to ask any more questions after that. I was like, I'm just going to go back up the stairs and sleep because it is 5 o'clock in the morning.
Because he may have already done the podcast. He may have gone to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Did the podcast, came back. That's smart. That's efficient.
I make a lot of jokes, but I'm not making a joke. He said, I was just down here time traveling is literally what he said. And I was like, I know he's not drinking, so this has to be crack. You know what I mean?
He did say he wanted to lose weight, so
Yep.
Yeah, it has to be something. So I went back upstairs, and then now mid podcast, he's like, "Hey, I gotta go. I don't feel good," and then he went to bed.
But that means we can do whatever we want now. I mean, we already replaced him with Tyson.
Yep. Take that shirt off, Dyke.
Did you call me a dyke?
Yep. Nope. Hang on. I was reading that. I do enjoy that we've pulled up pictures of the host of the podcast on his own podcast.
Yeah, can you put that picture of him at the bottom of the screen, at least?
Oh, we got it in there?
So
Nice.
people know who we're talking
Kind of like
about.
in memory of.
Anyways.
Memorandum.
Yeah.
I do like that that's a picture from when he was like, looks like when he was like 25.
Yeah.
That was
Play
him
that
at
Sarah
37.
McLachlan song with that, maybe. In the
Arms of the
We're not legally allowed to play that song, guys. Can we keep it tight?
Anyways, so yeah, Dyke's not here. And thank you for that
That shame.
that shame. Can you hit that shame one more time?
Shame. Shame.
We'll say this
Shame.
has not happened
Shame.
in the total of the 5 years.
Yeah, we would at least show up, Dyke.
Yeah, once a 5 years, Dyke just decides to go to bed.
Yep.
Anyways, let's bring it back to you guys. The relationship works well during your work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that I would say 98% of the time, everything working together is great. I think that sometimes it's easy to let like work bleed into personal and personal bleed into work, which kind of sucks.
Well, the pinching of the butt, right? Like you're like being
Yeah,
like, my girlfriend's just awesome.
I mean, she's hot.
I need I need to pinch her butt, but I am at work, so that's you're perplexed.
Well, you need a dash of salt and a pinch of butt, you know?
Thank you. You understand.
I get it.
Yeah. Have you guys ever got in an argument in front of people at work?
No, but he is the like beverage director, so he runs the bar, and so I'll bartend sometimes, and like on a Saturday night when we're super busy, and I've just started bartending there in the last like 4 or 5 months, and so he'll just like go full helicopter parent behind the bar.
She gets like negative nepotism. She gets where it's like, because she's my girlfriend, I'm like, I expect you to be able to do this properly sometimes. Like this is
Just extra scrutiny.
yeah,
Like-
a little bit.
She holds your feet to the fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
He'll just be back there when he doesn't really need. I mean, he helps out always, but he's very helpful back there. But it's just sometimes he just helicopter
on
pants.
record.
I know.
This is
I
on-
know.
this
no,
is on record.
He's very helpful.
Yeah. Okay.
He's very helpful.
It's not really on record. You keep
No, this
going
is on record.
if there's
They
more
don't- remember,
damaging.
They don't edit. They
evidence.
don't
No,
cut.
we don't edit. We
They
discussed
don't
that
edit or
earlier.
cut. Yep.
No, it's okay. No, I get that. Like, listen, Dalton, I take you as a person though. Like, I wouldn't be like this guy's a type A personality, but I also would be like he could be a type A personality where you want your things in order. You know, where you have
At work, I'm a type A
yes,
personality.
exactly. But you could hang. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not a lot of people can switch that,
Yes.
which is a superpower.
I would agree.
Oh, that's
He's-
a good hat.
He's a good hat.
Thank you. I
Well,
appreciate that.
Dalton's always a little bit sexy.
That's
and I
like a
think
cool.
It is an Uncle Nearest hat. Also, shout out Uncle Nearest. That is one of our sponsors for Sorry We're Closed.
yeah, make that big, Casey. Show him how good he looks.
That's you say you're type A, but that's a type party guy right there.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
a,
yeah,
that's
no,
a cool hat.
Yeah, no, I am definitely outside of work. I'm a type B.
Nice
personality.
guns.
Man, if I was a
Not
bartender,
nice guns.
Hey, don't tell me my opinions.
when you're shaking, do
Fair
you
enough.
make when you're shaking, do you make eye contact? Is that your thing?
With Ellie.
Oh,
Even if she's in the back working?
Oh yeah.
it's like an aimbot. He just turns rapidly, picks a location.
Yo, dude, chill. My girl is right here.
I wasn't doing to her. I was emulating what you probably do.
He just
with
said
her.
what she likes, and then you're like, "What about this?"
Oh, do you get? I mean, we've all had it in the industry where we get hit on, and you're like, "Man, my girlfriend's right there." But as a bartender, like that probably happens to you a lot.
Nope.
That's a
That's
freaking
very
lie.
quick.
With
Dalton.
that hat and those guns,
Very quick answer.
yeah.
Dalton, look at that pic. Put that picture back up there, Casey. That's a sex molecule.
That's a man that gets
Sex
invited to Halloween
molecule,
parties.
Is that what you
Molecule.
just said?
Yeah. What am I to say? Icon. That's the word.
No, sex molecules way better. It's-
Icon. That's just sex icon.
Molecule is so funny, bro.
come on, you
Hey, look at that. No,
Look at that.
Oh, look,
No,
Jack-
go back. There's the Harder Brunch one.
Ellie, I'm not trying to split you guys up, but
there
like,
you
you have to have a lot of faith when you're not working, and there's girls sliding in on this guy all the time.
they
I'm
call
telling you,
they call him the human
be
oyster.
scared.
He's the human oyster, you know.
What does that mean?
Means he's a little gross, but gets you in the mood, you know.
What?
A little gross. Thank you.
Put a boo button for that.
Hey, please don't move in on the producer's job, co-host. If you could just,
I mean, I gotta do
stay in your
everybody's
lane.
job today. I'm doing the guest job. I'm doing the host job. I'm doing the no, but no. So you don't get that. All right. I'm sorry. I thought there was going to be some juice to squeeze from this. I didn't know because I didn't know if you had like tips for other bartenders like how to turn someone down that makes that leap of faith.
I'm not lying when I say I don't really get hit on it.
I think Bodie's different though. Like Bodie is very. I feel like one, a lot of people go there as couples. Two, not everyone wants to sit at the bar to begin with, so you don't get a lot like
Swingers.
like even.
No, they said as a couple.
It's also very like date nighty
Yeah.
one there too.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly too, like I was saying with like even how we act at work at this point, like I don't know. I'm in a committed relationship. I'm like 30 years old, and like this is my career. I'm not just like bartending for fun. I'm not just like
respect.
It's not just like I'm not just like back there like hoping that girls think I'm like cute shaking these drinks and like
Yeah.
hoping they like slide their number. Like
Yeah,
it's very professional. When
He's
I'm
not in a
back
black
there.
T-shirt. He's not in a plain black T-shirt. You know.
That's right.
I literally almost wore a plain black t-shirt today. I'm not kidding, dude. Yeah.
He doesn't have like leather wrist bracelets on.
I do not.
He doesn't have a
That's awesome.
lips tattooed on his neck. This is a professional man over here.
So what are you working? Well, let's go to the.
He's in it to get other people laid.
Let's really quick go to the Smoking Goose
Wait, that's a good point.
brunch. I'm gonna try this again, guys. Let's quickly go to the Smoking Goose brunch breakdown. So for the brunch, we had someone from Strange Bird come all the way over here and shuck some oysters. We had Turbo himself.
Turbo the goat.
Turbo the goat is what we're gonna say. Love that dude. He shucked so many oysters for us and brought some great sauces. And that was our first dish that we had. What did you think of those oysters, guys?
Absolutely fantastic. You should talk about how he taught you to shuck oysters.
He didn't teach me how to shuck. I'm a official shucker.
Was it like ghost style?
Just call me Shuck Schumer. No,
Did he put his arms around you and like guide you through that?
there's gonna be pictures, but we did do a ghost shucking
Yes.
where I was,
Ghost shucking.
where he was Whoopi Goldberg. I was, who was the other guy? Matthew McConaughey.
Patrick Swayze.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
And you guys know the movie. And I was there getting twisted. He was taking my hand and
You were getting twisted.
helping me guide it into the shell.
It was like this, but lower.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was just like, oh, I'm shucking.
I mean, those are the best oysters I've had. Like, I think it was fantastic. But I think really what set it off was the little gold ramekins with the sauce.
For sure, dude.
Yeah, and had the little
The
gold spoon
cocktail
in
sauce,
there. Yeah,
the
that just made you feel.
horseradish, the caviar,
Yeah.
all of it.
I feel like no matter what you put in a gold ramekin,
Yeah,
it's gonna taste good.
We
Yeah,
can
you're absolutely
test that later. We'll test that
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
you're absolutely right. Yeah, the caviar
That
too.
seems like a good series, honestly. Testing how things taste without a gold ramekin and a gold spoon,
yeah.
and then testing it with.
Every
I
time,
bet-
even just regular ketchup. If you put a gold
anything,
ramekin out
guaranteed.
there, yeah,
Guaranteed. It's
Some
like
Malort.
it's at least plus 2 points.
yeah.
Yeah.
Put bad things in it. See how they taste? Like Malort. Do a little Malort in there.
Well, what was really cool though with the drinks, the funny part about it was
We should do for
we had Heather Storms come and pair the dishes, and this was amazing. The first drink that she made, Dalton, was
That was-
awesome.
It was called Nuck If You Buck. It was a French 75 and Buck riff. So essentially, it's going to be gin, lemon, ginger and lemongrass syrup, and some sparkling to top it. So very like fresh, crisp.
Yeah.
You're gonna get some nice like
Are you kidding me?
herbal notes. It was a fantastic pairing for it.
Well, and she really missed the opportunity by not calling it Nuck If You Shuck.
Oh,
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, some people are bartenders. Some people are comedians. You know,
yeah. But that one was right there.
it's community. It's coming together.
No, it was more on her that it wasn't there. That wasn't even talent, but I just did that.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I have to one up you. I think Shuck If You Buck would have been better because
Yeah.
it was a Buck riff.
There you go.
If there was any shuck in there, actually,
Yeah. You're
got
right.
it.
No, you're right.
I got
You're
another.
right.
I got another pitch. Shuck if you shuck.
you made it worse.
I did.
Yeah, you took it down a notch.
Show you how to host.
So then I know for me, brunch was a lot of fun because I got handed a can of anchovies and told, hey, here's the soup. That's supposed to be a Caesar. And I've got pork over there. And so I kind of,
What'd you do?
I did what I thought was supposed to be done with everything. So the first course that I served was the seafood bisque and then the Caesar salad.
Wait, time out. Did you just call it the seafood bisque?
Yeah.
Is that what he called it?
I don't even know. He didn't
He's not
even
here.
call it anything.
Yeah, he's not here.
Yeah.
We don't know.
He just
I
pointed
thought we
it
were
out.
having a lobster bisque, but it did
It might
taste
be
like
lobster.
shrimp.
It's probably lobster.
Was that shrimp or lobster, everybody, what we had?
I thought there was shrimp in there.
Yeah.
Because I said shrimp at first. Because I thought I was tasting shrimp.
I thought there was like crab too.
Yeah,
That's why I
there's a little
think
crab.
it's
So let's go seafood. Yeah.
Was there sardines in there?
No, the sardines were in the dressing for the Caesar.
Oh my gosh! And that salad that came up next, it was great. And that bisque, whatever that was, something from a sea bisque,
The mystery bisque.
mystery
From
bisque,
mystery
from
bisque,
the
yeah.
sea
Yeah.
bisque.
Yeah.
swimming bisque, whatever it was, it
Mollusk
swam.
bisque.
Yep.
What'd you
I
say?
said mollusk bisque.
Mollusk bisque.
And then what was the drink that went with that one?
Yeah, what was the drink that went with that one, Dalton? Dalton wrote
so-
some stuff down.
Yeah, so the second course was the Snacks Evasion. It was a version of a dirty martini. Heather specifically doesn't really care for olives, so she wanted to pair something that was going to be like cheesy and like Parmesan-y with it.
Yeah.
So it was a Cheez-It and Parmesan infused vodka and then dry vermouth. So a take on her dirty martini. So it's going to give you a lot of those like deep, like funky cheese notes to it, which was perfect to pair with like your seafood bisque and then also, of course, your Caesar salad with your like funky anchovies.
I like that if you didn't know that you knew what they were doing, you'd be like, hang on, what the fuck did you just make? yeah, no, I put Cheez-Its and Parmesan cheese in this vodka. And you're like, I want you to go home.
Yeah, please don't ever bring that close to me.
Did you try it, the pairing?
I did not try the pairing.
Oh, you
I was
should've.
actually really interested in the cheese at martini.
But you never tried that?
No, I haven't tried that one.
So I was doing it wrong. I was taking the drink and then taking the soup. And I was like, oh, well, I guess harsh at the beginning. And
So it
then
should have been soup drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was doing it backwards. And then I did the soup drink. And it was the aftertaste and then the wash down. It was
It's nice.
perfect. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you guys are meant to be. Just like Ellie and Dalton.
Of course. Facts.
Oh, no, that was not the right button.
Yep.
That's him rooting for you, though. He's like, you guys are great together.
Hit that button one more time, real quick, for the love button.
The love drop.
Yeah,
give us that love
I got
drop.
a little dance move for it. Ready? All right, I'm done. That was
Good.
too wild.
It was timed so perfectly, though.
Thank you. I felt it. I felt it coming. What was the next course, guys? What do we have next? We had
Next course, we had pork roast with there was a berry compote on top of that, and then some asparagus wrapped with yellow squash.
and Zach. You said that was your favorite.
Yeah, no, I didn't say that was my favorite.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to comment on this one, but as a professional chef, as you are, what would you like to say?
You definitely said it was
You don't laugh.
it was the most something with the pork you've ever done. I can't remember.
I feel like it was the most dry pork I've ever served in my life. Dyke was really bad off today, and then
Poor
he
guy.
hands me this pork roast. He's like, I don't know, brown it off or something, and it's already very dry. And so I was faced with the choice of, do I serve gray dry pork or browned dry pork?
I think you made the right call.
I served it as brown dry pork.
Yep.
And poured as much sauce on it as I could.
Now, did you make the sauce?
No, I didn't make the sauce.
What was in the sauce?
I don't know. It was purple.
Can you take the camera off of my face?
So in your defense, it sounds like you just did the best you could with what you got.
I worked with what I had. It was a life lesson for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Because you can't always choose. What happened over here?
Wait, what are you looking up?
There's mummy.
Oh, mummies?
Because it's dry.
Mummified pork.
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize. I a lot of times tune out what Casey's putting up in the background.
Yeah.
So I could.
No, but I thought you were very
I
kind
was
because
more
I asked
focused.
you how you liked it, and
Yeah.
you were very nice until I said it wasn't me that made it.
Was I?
Yeah.
No. I think it went like this because I thought it was yours, and like, and you're like, do you want me to be honest? Do you want me to be honest? The two questions, because like I have this new rule. If people ask me what I think about something, and if I don't like it, I try to tell them the truth. That's why I love Yusuf. He hates my drinks. He really does.
He really does.
Absolutely. Like, he'll let a lot of people know. But I respect it because it's honesty. I know he's not lying about hating my drinks.
And the best thing is, I've watched Thad just bullshit and make up a drink, and then the whole table just kind of nicely say,
Tell them
"Oh, this is great."
And Yusuf is like, dude, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
yeah, he's like, I know flavors. This is fake.
No,
This is trash.
I cut the pork and then I put it on the platter and I was like, we're gonna have to put a lot of sauce on there. I put a bunch of sauce on there, and then when it came back, the pork had absorbed every single bit of the liquid that was on the plate and still looked dry. So
I will say, I love Dyke as a human being, as a friend, as a brother.
But as a pork smith,
No, as I've been doing Harder Brunch for 5 years. Worst dish she's made. I love Dyke, but that was the worst. And no, the turkey was. I started thinking of like 5, 10 minutes.
we just pull out all of his worst.
No.
Remember the bean pie, the
No.
bean pizza?
Dyke is a talented chef, but like there was. Oh yeah, the bean. Actually, that came up today. I asked Casey. I was like, "What was like the worst dish ever that you had?" And it was the bean pie, which is what you made, Zach.
No, I didn't make the bean pie.
The bean pizza. Sorry, guys, we're just going through memory lane real quick.
I was asked what my least favorite.
you cut the mic out.
This thing.
Yep, Casey, that's just a sign from the universe.
Okay, no, that's
You're
the
not
world. That's
supposed
the
to
world.
speak on this
I'll
podcast.
stay silent, like we all should. No, I was asked what my least favorite thing was, and it was beyond the bean pie. It was Zach's pizza that had fucking marshmallows on it.
Oh, that's what it was. That was pretty rough. Yeah.
He said that was pretty rough.
Well, we're just talking about the greatest mistakes.
I love it.
What happened with that marshmallow pizza? Which is
Some people
gross.
like marshmallow pizza, some people don't.
I don't know.
You guys should bring
what-
all the worst.
I don't think your
things
kids
back.
even liked it.
Yeah.
No, my kids didn't like
Is
it
this a
either.
dessert pizza?
No.
So it's like a red sauce pizza
I forget why I did it.
because you hate humanity.
Yeah.
For the next one that you invite me
Your
on.
face right now, you're like, what the what?
No, for the next one that you invite me on, we should just run it back with all the worst ones and taste.
We've talked about
The
doing
redo?
it.
Try to redo it like better.
The worst of Harder Brunch.
Yeah, I would come.
I'd be down for
I would
that.
love to come for that one.
Yeah, I'm in for
That'd
it.
be fun.
Do we make? I think we start making ticketed events. Me,
You start ticketing on the worst of.
no, like people now. We give people time to digest the podcast.
Because think about it, you couldn't leave a bad review. You just look like an idiot.
Yeah.
This food was terrible. It's like, well, it was.
Yeah, it's
it was
marketed as the
It
worst.
was the worst.
Yeah.
The worst part is someone comes in and goes, "I liked everything. 0 stars. This sucked."
Yeah, I guess if they did like it,
Yeah.
that would be the problem.
Yeah, if people like it, there's gonna be a lot of complaints.
I'm just watching what's on the screen. This is
Whoa.
horrifying.
Cheerio pizza.
That's Lucky Charms,
Lucky
first of all.
Charms, for
First of
sure.
all.
Cheerios kind of tastes like pee, right?
All right. Well, we're not even talking about Cheerios right now, Thad. So this is crazy.
What?
Wait, I kind of want to know why you
Cheerios
said that.
kind of taste like pee.
I'm glad you asked that. No, I think if you're people don't understand how much of a genius I am, and I feel bad to have to explain. But if your pee tastes like Cheerios
Have you tasted your pee?
smells like Cheerios.
Okay.
Have you ever peed before?
You might be you just might
I think
be
you've got-
diabetic.
Yeah, I think you.
This is how
This is an intervention.
God, I can't remember.
There was a time I peed and it smelled like Cheerios.
Were you eating a lot of Cheerios at the time?
I don't ever eat Cheerios.
All right, see a doctor. That is.
Oh my god.
This
What? Just to be laughed at by the
That just-
medical institution?
Realistically, I feel like that just means that you were dehydrated.
Yeah.
It's like weedy, yeasty. That's basically what
Wow.
Cheerios
No,
are.
that's a word you didn't need to use. And
All right, well, let's go to the next one. Sorry, this has been a long.
welcome back
brunch
to
weekend.
P Talk, everybody.
crazy.
Yeah, this has been a piss poor conversation.
Yeah. So then the last one I did was the shrimp, garlic shrimp, and then the risotto, mushroom risotto.
and then did that smell like pee?
Did that smell like pee?
No,
No. All right, cool. Just
It
checking
was,
in.
it was,
Zach,
it was
That was
delicious.
really
I
good.
feel like this last month you've done risotto a lot.
Well, that's what. No, I keep getting tasked with risotto. I think I needed to do it for one that you were planning, and then you.
No, that's because Grace canceled.
and then and then you bought like 17 lifetimes worth of short grain rice, and so we've been doing risotto.
Listen, I was in a panic when someone no calls no shows. I don't know how much rice to buy, and
So
I bought
you
a
didn't
lot.
just buy 10 times that amount. You bought like 2 other varieties of rice too.
You got a FEMA support bag of rice.
he was the FEMA of Harder Brunch.
I was complaining to Dyke. I'm like, dude, like, because I was pissed that like Grace canceled, and so I was like, dude, she owes me $63. and he's like, $63.
a lot of rice.
He's like $63. Like, wait, I don't think it cost $63 to make risotto. I was like, man, I didn't know it was that expensive either. He's like, well, what did you buy? And I started telling him all the things. Like, yeah, you don't need that for risotto. Anyways,
Oh my God. Urine that smells sweet or fruity like Cheerios could be a sign of a number of conditions, including diabetes,
Oh, no.
urinary tract infection, or a rare genetic condition. Oh man.
maybe
It's doubtful that you have diabetes, though. You don't look the type that has diabetes.
Yeah, I'm having such trouble. There's a comic.
Sickle cell.
Oh man.
But that's how Patrice O'Neill found out.
Oh, great.
Crying, bro.
Cheerios?
There's very few jokes that hurt my feelings deeply as that one.
Yeah. And I think that's actually a good note for us to get out on, guys.
No, look at these guests.
we
Get the
appreciate
no,
you.
get the camera on these guests. Casey, you suck.
That's rude to say, just because.
Wow, I'm really red from laughing so hard.
This is America's free healthcare,
so
by
funny.
the way. It's just 3 friends being like, "You might have diabetes, lol." But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us on Harder Brunch, my podcast that I've been running for years.
Jador Pastries came on and did a great job. They had an amazing food that I don't want to dismiss while we're joshing around. They had a lot of different mousse type chocolate cakes.
Super good.
Is that what they had?
I don't know if that is diabetes. You're the expert.
Sorry, it's hard to host when you're getting punched in the face. When you're getting punched in the fat.
Co-host.
All right? Well, fuck you. All right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't. Hopefully, I didn't come in here and step on your toes.
Okay. Fuck this whole thing. I'm done. I'm actually done with Harder Brunch. This isn't worth it. I'm not getting paid. I'm with Casey now. Where's our money? Where's the money?
Finally,
All right. Anyways, I hope you guys had a fun time. And you can close us out, host.
All right. Thank you,
fun.
everybody,
Thank you so much.
for joining us from Sorry We're Close. If you guys could just give us your handles and tags and where to find you, say your name, say all the events.
Sorry, we're closed bar. I line back.
Eleanor E. Lord.
And then she also runs our social media account at Bodie, which is...
Gosh, I think it's just Bodie Indy. Yep, Bodie.Indy.
Bodie.Indy. Thank you guys so much. And once again, going around the tables there, we got on the 1s and 2s, Sauce Boss. We got Casey. You guys want to say goodbye?
Bye.
You can find me starting a new bar called Guess We Actually Are Open. We're going to be open all the time. Also look for my new podcast called Real Poppycock, REEL Poppycock, just the way you spell it.
Nice. And then my faithful co-host over here. Can we say goodbye? Where can we find you? What are you doing?
You know, I'm doing a lot of comedy nowadays. This show, probably not so much anymore.
I heard you recently quit Harder Brunch, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually. If you see me doing Harder Brunch in December, there's something went wrong.
Softer dinner
There's
is
a
what's
glitch in the
next.
timeline. Yeah. No, but y'all can see me. I'm hopefully doing another thing at Strange Bird here pretty soon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If you hear about the show, get tickets immediately. It got sold out, and there was almost barely enough room. So
Immediately. Go see
please,
Fad and Turbo.
That's amazing. I'm your host and faithful servant, Tyson Cox. You can find me at Tyson Cox Comedy. You can find me at Monster Podcast or at Nerd News. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.